What's going on, everyone? We've got more spoilers to discuss, so let's jump right into this. So first up, we've got Fleetwing Sprite, 2-drop green creature, 1 attack, 1 endurance, and I am definitely okay with these stats for what this card does. So, its auto effect, when this creature is summoned, you may choose a card from your hand and put it into your resource zone. I love that. It really lets you get a lot of advantage. You're getting a creature on the field, you're getting an extra resource. Green is definitely my favorite color so far. And yeah, I mean, you can combo this with all of your drawing and discarding cards. That way, you're putting a card into your resource zone that you don't necessarily need, and then you'll potentially draw another copy of that later when you do need it. So I think that's awesome. And then this card also has a Fort Burst effect, which is put this card into your resource zone. So even if it is destroyed as a barrier, you get some value out of it. And it lets you just push in further on your next turn. So I love this card. This might be my favorite one from the spoiler list. It's really hard to say because my brain's still trying to process all the cards that came out. So yeah, and this is a common card. I would have thought this would have been at least a rare. So yeah, probably favorite card so far, at least that we've discussed in the spoilers. So next up, we've got Earthen Guard Golem, 3-drop yellow creature, 1 attack, 5 endurance. And it's an ambush. So when this fort is attacked, if this card is an ambush, you may summon this creature. So it essentially protects one of your barriers, because when your fort gets attacked, you're going to flip it and then block with this card. And with 5 endurance, it's probably going to survive. So yeah, not a whole lot to complain about this card, but not a whole lot going for it either. I like it. I think Kingslayer B does it better, but with Kingslayer B, it only has 2 endurance, so it's not going to stick around on the field until your next turn, if you choose to block with it. But yeah, this card is going to be in the Mystical Hunters deck, as well as Rally to War. And it's a common, so if you're buying a box or buying multiples of the starter decks, you're probably going to have a handful of these laying around. Moving on, we've got another Hidden Arts card, so I really like how that's going to become a theme with the blue cards. So this is Hidden Arts Reverse Thunderstrike. It is, as you can see, it's a dash for a cost, which means it can only be played as an ambush. And the ambush effect is when this fort is attacked, if this card is an ambush, you may stand all of the creatures at this fort and draw a card. So that is awesome. It essentially lets you block more, because you could potentially block with both your creatures if you're playing just something with ridiculous defense, like extreme example, just say you have 2 zeros on the field. You block with your 0, block with your other 0, they're both still alive, your opponent goes in for another attack, and then you flip this card, and you stand both of your zeros. So you're essentially protecting yourself from 4 attacks, which is awesome. And with a creature with such high endurance, it's not going to drop to an attack. So this card does have some usefulness to it. Not quite sure if I'd run 4 of it, not quite sure if I'd run it at all. I just have to wait and see how the deck building goes with this card. This is a common card, and I believe it's just in Rally to War, so you're not going to get it in the starter decks. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I think it might appear in one of them. However, I don't remember which one. But moving on to the last card that we're going to talk about today is Lilenia's Call. So it's a 2-drop green spell, and you can summon a 4 or less creature from your hand. So you're essentially playing a 4 creature for 2, and that is awesome. Or you can play a 3 or less cost of another color. So you can be playing mono green banners and then still play your Goblin Madcap with this card. So that is awesome. It really allows for you to use all 5 colors in a deck. And with some cards that we're going to see later, I think they're really not pushing, but allowing you to play all 5 colors if you want to. So I think that effect is awesome. If you're playing green, this card definitely needs to be in there. And then it also has a Fort Burst effect, which is put this card in your discard pile and summon a cost 7 or less creature from your hand. So that is just insane. You could play a Zarko on your opponent's turn, because it does not specify it has to be a green creature with the Fort Burst effect. So that's just ridiculous. Being able to play creatures on your opponent's turn, and then if they have summoning condition or summoning effects that trigger as well, that's just awesome. So yeah, this card definitely needs to be in a green deck, and it's only a common. Like, all these green cards are so awesome, and they're going to be so easily accessible. So, also something to note with this. With Terrax, the cost in your hand drops by each of your destroyed forts. So if you're already missing a fort, and then you play this card as a Fort Burst, you could summon Terrax from your hand, which I think that's awesome. Being able to drop an 8/8 onto the field on your opponent's turn, that's just insane. So yeah, let me know which one of these cards was your favorite. I definitely love both the green cards. And be sure to check out the Facebook page, that's where I got these images from. And they can also be found on Dragoborne. So make sure to check them out, and as always, thanks for watching.